Let me start by saying this up front. Hiring a designer is not something everyone needs to do. And that's why this conversation matters so much. I hear the question all the time, do I actually need to hire a designer? Between Pinterest and AI, is this something really necessary? And I get it. And my answer might surprise you, but the simple answer is maybe not. I want to unpack today the value of when you should be bringing in an interior designer versus when this is something that maybe you can tackle yourself, and that's okay. Designing isn't just about picking out furniture and paint. It's about designing a cohesive space that functions in a way that you need it to function. It's about saving you money from expensive, costly mistakes that you might be making. Some people absolutely thrive in figuring it out on their own. They're not afraid of troubleshooting. They're not afraid of problem solving. If that's the case, maybe a designer isn't for you. In this episode, I want to share with you a few real life stories of clients that I've had where a designer really did make sense, and stories where maybe a designer wasn't actually necessary. Hopefully by the end of this, you'll have more clarity on whether or not it's right to hire a designer for your project. Grab a cup of coffee, let's unpack it together. So let's start by asking the really simple question. What does an interior designer actually do? They actually do so much more than just picking out pretty things. Their job is to problem solve. Their job is to know you in a way that they can serve you and anticipate your needs before you ever have them. Their job is to understand how your space functions better than you understand how your space functions so that it can serve you in the best capacity possible. Their job is also to save you money from costly, expensive mistakes. Imagine this. You're building a beautiful home and your builder has said, hey, let's design a bathroom now. Go ahead, pick out your cabinets, your countertops, your light fixtures, and the tile. And so you go, great, this is amazing. I can't wait to do this. And when you go to the tile shop, there are 8,000 options, and a lot of them are beautiful, and a lot of them are ones you love. And you finally land on the one piece of tile you love, and you're like, I've nailed it. This is going into my home. And then the tile rep looks at you and says, that's fantastic. Now, is that going on the floor, or is that going on the shower floor, or is that going on the shower walls? And you panic for a moment and you answer, and then they say, great, now we need 2 more tile selections for the other spaces. And oh, by the way, that pretty tile you picked out, are we gonna lay it this direction or that direction? Are we staggering it? Are we going straight? What color grout are you using? How about the Schluter? And all of a sudden you realize the number of decisions that go into creating a beautiful space. Those are the instances where bringing on an experienced designer is so beneficial because decision paralysis is a very real thing. I will tell you firsthand, even myself, when I'm designing for my own home, I have decision paralysis. There's something about committing to finishes and fixtures and furniture for the long haul that is a little bit terrifying, and you want to make sure you're doing it right. So having an expert in the space to help guide you through those decisions is crucial in letting you get the decisions you need and having the confidence in them. Let me share with you a story of a past client that I had that did not hire a designer and then called me shortly after. I had this great client that we staged their home. It sold quickly. They had a lot of success and they moved into their forever home. And when they did that, they decided they were going to design their own space. They were excited about it and started experimenting with different furniture options and some ideas. And when they went to a furniture store together, they fell in love with a sofa. Now, this sofa was no ordinary sofa. This was a floral sofa. This was actually a pink floral sofa. And the wife said, I love it. This exemplifies everything that I want in my home. It is absolutely beautiful. Let's buy it. It's going to work with everything else we have. And so they bought it, they brought it home, and it did not work with a single thing they had in the home. Now, I personally am not a huge floral sofa person, but if you are, we will absolutely design around it. But in this instance, the problem was that the two didn't play nicely together. And so they were sitting in the kitchen one afternoon staring at their sofa that they were now very mad at because they spent money that they shouldn't have on the wrong purchase. And they actually remembered the conversations we had had in the past. And so they picked up the phone and called me and they said, Alisa, we should have called you 3 months ago. We made a really stupid mistake. There is an ugly sofa in our house. Please help us make this happen. And it's phone calls like that that I absolutely understand, because one wrong decision when you're buying these investment pieces can cost you thousands compared to having the expertise of a designer that's going to give you the feedback that you need and the decisions that you need made. So who are interior designers actually for? If you are a homeowner that's looking at big renovations or massive projects, or even smaller projects that have a lot of moving parts in them or furniture, that's when bringing in expertise from an interior designer becomes really beneficial. Their job is to make sure that everything has a purpose and not just a space that they're designing, but that they understand cohesively what's happening in the rest of your house so that it all tells the same story and it all makes sense. Now, if you're in a situation where you go, hey, I love DIY. I don't mind a little bit of trial and error, maybe making some mistakes on my own and purchasing a couple of the wrong things. I also don't mind something taking a long time before it comes to completion. Then bringing on an interior designer is not the right choice for you. Do this on your own. Experiment, play, explore. And that's an okay thing too. If you're enjoying the process and the creativity, then that's exactly the situation you need to be in. Also, an interior designer is not free. We don't offer free services. We're not a nonprofit. There is a cost for this. And so making sure that your budget is going to align with bringing in that expertise is also a necessity. And so if your budget is a little bit tighter, maybe choosing to take your time on your designs and exploring inspiration rather than bringing on a designer is something that really does make sense. Designers aren't for everyone, but for the right place and the right people, they make so much sense in saving you time, money, and resources and creating a cohesive space that truly fulfills your needs. So I'd like to know, was this video helpful? What other questions do you have before hiring a designer? Comment down below. Thanks for listening today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is In Good Space.